There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. For crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King. Take me friendly on the phone so you can call us. We ain't gonna call you back. Say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now. We all coming through now. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ian Alleyne. This is Crime Watch, and we are back. Top of the evening to you. Top of the evening to you. And you, ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you are excited. You want to hear what I have to tell you about. Wait, right. What I have to tell you about the Ministry of Education. I know today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a special good afternoon to all those who follow me on Instagram. Yeah, all those who want to know what's going on. Today, in fact, there was a person who could have assisted the police with some, well, they say shooting and whatnot, but they were looking for him, other people on other stations, and so they made mention of it. So I decided to, I contacted the individual. He met with me briefly at Grand Bazaar. But it's all about fixing this country, not personalities. It's all about fixing this country. And I believe that is what we should that is what we should be doing all the time. I tell you, if there is no crime watch, there is no better tomorrow, you know. Nobody for you here, you know, whether you like it or not. But wait, listen to me. Today when I tell you this thing, you're going to feel sick, you know. You're going to feel sick. But I have a duty, you know. I have a duty to tell you what's going on. To tell you what's going on. Because I tell you, I can smell a rat real good, and I know a rat, you know. Whether I be 2 foot or 4 foot, I know a rat, you know. I know a rat when I see it, you know. And this whole thing with this denominational board, where they were denied when the government set up a committee and whatnot, I said something is wrong. Now I tell you about the Ministry of Education. Now I jump on it now. I said, ladies and gentlemen, something is wrong. I smell a rat. Ian Alleyne smell a rat. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give you a little score. Let me start it off for you real good. I realize the whole ministry thing started when they had an issue with the release for the 2020 top 200 under review. In 2019, the list was issued 3 months after the release of results. That was 2019. You know, last year was as SCA, and up to now, it have no list. The top 200, you can't get it. Gatsby and them I want to give you. Let me show you a picture of Gatsby. Because when I finish with Gatsby today, she'll really be like a doll. She'll be dumb. She can't say nothing. Out of words, speechless. Because I am fed up, ladies and gentlemen. I am fed up of persons in this country. We do not live in a country where every creed and race has an equal place. Whether it be an East Indian child or an African child, everybody loves the child. Everybody loves the child. So that is one thing. You can't get a review, you can't get it. But lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, last Friday, it had a bacchanal. Religious School Board vex. So you know, parents done upset about how come no review list? How come the list to see what went on and think for the last 200 students, blah, blah, blah. We want to see it. We can't see it. They vex. But I realized Friday, an article was published in the Daily Express. Let me give the Daily Express credit. It was printed, it was on their newspaper. Where, ladies and gentlemen, it spoke about the Senator Dharma. Senator Dharma Mahasabha General Secretary. Vijay, I know where I'm getting to here. Vijay Maharaj. He was upset, like a photograph of him. over government disrespectful move not appointing any of its members to a committee further review. Now, they were upset that they weren't picked in the committee. Now, they are the largest denominational, well, they have a lot of schools, more than the Presbyterian and the Roman Catholics. The Sanatan Dharma has, the majority. Well, no problem with that. Because, so I have my charger here. I have to charge up my phone. So leave it. They're telling me to move my charger. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the ministry stated that is last week Thursday that Cabinet had given an approval for establishment of a committee to further review recommended changes, conduct of the SCA, transition to the secondary school, and the Concordat. But I find that strange. How come you talking about Concordat? Concordat was signed in 1960. In 1960, between, let me just, hold on. What is the Concordat? Let me paper right here. This is the Concordat. Nearly 60, no, this is what you talk about, everybody here may talk Concordat, you know, Concordat, nearly 60 years ago, the government of Trinidad and Tobago signed the Concordat, an agreement between the state and the religious body that gives them the right to determine their own curricula in denominational schools. They will also have right to select 20% of new students entering the denominational schools, regardless of their performance on the annual. So them are the people. Them have the people. It goes on to say, students who do well on these exams often get into their school of choice based on how their marks are ranked relative to availability of spaces, but those who don't and can't still get into desirable denominational schools often referred to as a prestige school using this 20% rule. So, remember the denominational schools could still pull in at 20. They can still pull in at 20. But which I can't understand. Let me tell you, I don't understand that. Let me tell you this, yeah? I tell you, a poor man child who has no say in this country, you know. And that is why my own son, I decided he will never get a fair chance in this country. He will always be treated differently because his father is Ian Alleyne. And before he born, I was already ranking. So I decided, let me go to America. And you born in America, you are an American citizen, and you go to some school here. Let me leave it right here. Because he wouldn't be treated fairly. Because I might meet a principal who he might meet somebody, when they realize it's Israel Alleyne, well, oh God, Ian Israel Alleyne, that is it. Because I could distinctly recall, last year with this corona thing, the child protection unit coming down by my house while I was in quarantine, wanting to talk to Israel with the video and this and that. And when he was crying when I was leaving and blah, blah, blah. Remember, corona just comes, so everybody frightened. They feel you're not going to live and all kind of thing. And child protection unit started to come down by a certain place where we live. And they want to interview Israel. So while I'm in quarantine in Cora, I had to contact this man from South, Lawrence Marat Senior Counsel, Jagdev Singh, Gerald Ramdeen, and I must acknowledge that Senior Counsel Lawrence Maraj, Ramesh Lawrence Maraj, contacted Jagdev Singh, and they started, take statements and whatnot. And they persisted. They went on and they went on, and it's just scared because police come and they want to interview CPU child. But the day I came on this stage here and I said, hold up right here. And they didn't know that. I said I've contacted the embassy because I want to know what this child have done. I contacted the American embassy. Blah, 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 blah. Not a person come back again. Not a person after that, Not a person after that. And just to let them know, we are waiting patiently. Okay, you know, I like to fly back up years after, but we waiting. We waiting to come in the dance. But back to the school thing. So this is the Concordat. So ladies and gentlemen, I realized something was wrong. I realized that the denominational schools, the Senator Dharma Mahasabha School, are the largest denominational school board in the country, and the Catholic and the Presbyterian, after the Catholic and the Presbyterian. Also, it went on to say that the denominational board in this country own 340 primary school and 44 college around Trinidad and Tobago. You know, when I highlighted that, you see, I'm going to expose a racket. Hey, now, you're going on ball today, now. You're going on ball, you know. When I exposed it and I came Friday and I buzzed the mark, because remember, they already had their board in place. They already had the board in place. They set up a board. They set up a board without any member from the Catholic community, Roman Catholic community, the Presbyterian community, and the Senator Dharma. No representative from the three major, the only three denominational community there. So, and they came out with this list. They said here what they say, Cabinet gave approval for the establishment. Cabinet give approval. Wait, me I tell you short yet, I come into the story how all this happened. Cabinet has given approval for the establishment of a committee to further review, recommend changes to the Concordat. Were you telling me about 1960? With some Concordat and who signed on the board school and the education ministry? Who is that way? How them coming with that now? The conduct of SCA and the transition to secondary school and Concordat committee will comprise, this is the group of people, look at it, the professor, and they put Harila Sicharan, Ruby Allen, Bernadine Dick, Joanne Spence, Carrington James, Lance Motley, Sonaya Mahes Prasad, Tobago House of Assembly, National Parent Teachers Association, Trinidad Unified Teachers Association, Interreligious, the IRO, Naima Hussein, Director of School Supervision, Peter Smith. But I say something wrong. I not see nobody from the Presbyterian community, the board, the Presbyterian board or whatever. Nobody from the Roman Catholic. Nobody from the... So I start. So Friday now, I start to mash them up. After the program, I know where I heard him with this, you know. After the program, in the night, ladies and gentlemen, that is how this government operates. They do things in the night when it is dark. That is how thieves operate, you know. Thieves don't come out in the day, you know. Thieves just come out in the night. They come out and they make a statement. The denominational boards, denominational boards input critical. Ignore it critical. When I start to get on Friday, show the clip when I start to get on. Go ahead. Okay, but let me tell you the next racket now. The Senator Dharma Mahasabha, General Secretary Vijay Maharaj, said the denominational boards are upset over government disrespect over government's disrespectful move in not appointing any of its members to a committee further review and recommend changes to the secondary assessment and Concordat. So, remember, he was upset. So I said, talk about it. I mentioned it a lot in the program. I said, I give them stick. So they come out now the same night when they realize that somebody peeping. Remember I peeping and I watching so. You know, when, you know, it's about them old people and them. They wonder what going on there. I like to see what going on there. What happening there? I see a car move so. What going on there? I see a man move so. What you doing in the dark there? So they lineman and I say, hey, what going on? Somebody ask me, where you watching? I say, I like to be watching. I'm watching by the road. I sit down in the gallery by them and I'm watching so. Who can't go on there? Boy? I find a car come twice, a car pass twice. I'm very observant, you know. I'm real observant, you know. So I sit down in my car, people driving me. And I watch the side mirror, so I find a car moving, boy. Yeah, and somewhere I going, boy. And I coming back down the road, I saw this car from tongue driving behind me. I stop Shogunas. Well, by then security done stop here already. Police done stop. I done make a call, blah, blah, blah. Police stop. He live in Shogunas. But coincidentally, he says, but his car behind me all the time. Then he realized, I'm sorry, Mr. Alleyne, no, I live in Shogunas. So I come inside Shogunas. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, they come now, and they come out with a press release the Friday night. The same night we give them stick. The nominational board's input critical. Look at it. Critical for the recommendation, the way forward for SCA and the Concordat. The ministry has noted the concerns shared in the media. You should have put the Ian Alleyne in the media, that the nominational boards are not represented on the committee form to make specific recommendation. Blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you what went on now. Let me tell you what went on. I'm going to take a fast break. So you understand the whole thing now, yeah? But you see, all this Concordat and SCA, it has to do with a mistake that the ministry made last year. It had to do, ladies and gentlemen, with a mistake that the ministry did last year. And that is why they did not come out with the review. That is why they didn't come out with a review. And I can't understand in this country, a poor man's child and a rich man's child is no different. Everybody loves the child. You could carry a child Hyatt, and a poor man could go and carry a child by the road to buy doubles and hot dog. But the man loves his child. Your child could go Disney World, but the poor man's child might not have to go in them little amusement park, somewhere in Shogunas or somewhere in some little area. But everybody loves their child. And every child deserves to be respected and to be treated fairly. I don't understand no 20% partner. And I don't understand no catchment. I don't understand. So if I live in Shogunas, and I write SCA, and I get all my marks, but because I'm in Shogunas, you have to send me in Helen Street in some junior sec. Where whatever you change, I can't go in tongue. I can't make the QRC. I can't make the CIC. I can't make the Fatima. I can't make Hillview College. I can't make SAGs, St. Augustine Girls. I can't make bishops. My daughter can't make bishops. Because I ain't fall in the catchment. Let me tell you something. All that must change. Once your percent could match the criteria, it could match your first choice. I don't care. You should think before you put your child first choice. Know how your child, if you hire in advance to carry your child for the morning to Port of Spain, if you go in QRC, you have to leave 4 o'clock in the morning. You have to know what you're doing. If you're going to leave your work to drive to QRC, wait by the savannah, pick up a child, if you're going to plan to have for the next 5 years. Don't come and tell me about no catchment. It is unfair. But today, ladies and gentlemen, that is unfair. So it makes you feel now, it makes me feel, should I really study? So you know how many children, how many fathers buff up their children, and how many children sad and crying in a room, and they know they do good. But because they don't have the ranks, because the ministry might feel, you can't go in tongue, you fall in the catchment. Okay, come like you live in Shogunas. And I want to go in I do good for tongue, but because I'm a catchment, I have to stay in Shogunas. Them racket have to stop. Because there are plenty of people who attend primary schools in different communities in Trinidad. They do not live in the area. They just get a utility bill and might go and get the principal at 10,000. And because I might have a business, my children will. But if my children live in Kwaito, what I'm doing in my village, do you know? All that is racket. And it have to stop. It must stop. It must stop. Every child deserves to be treated fairly. If you're telling me I'm from Shogunas, I'm a child in Shogunas, I have to go into school to Shogunas. I shouldn't come and beg like a dog. If I live in 10, 15 years, my mother went to the same school, my auntie went to the same school, and I can't go because the school full. No. We who live in the catchment should benefit first. And then you bring those from the outskirts. To fill it up, those from nearby who would have fallen in that radius, who would have fallen in that circle, that this is the school and right or wrong here, you come back quite up here. When we take everybody from here, we can pull out. That is all. But let me tell you something. Up to me in this country, it's on a rocket, you know. It's on a rocket. Because none of my family are going to get no contract. None of my family are getting no contract. I tell you outright. Man, whoever want to take contract, woman, boy, girl, I have nothing to do with that. But immediate family, no. That is unethical. That is a conflict of interest. That is a conflict of interest. I know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take the break now. So you understand the whole dance here? You're going with me? When I tell you talk about the ministry, you're going to feel sick. Let me take a fast break. Remember, look out for yours, book it. Let's go.
ADVERTISE Marketing Limited, the Caribbean's largest supplier of wrought iron parts and accessories. We carry a wide selection of handcrafted decorative security steel doors, UPVC and aluminum windows, zinc RHS, gate tracks, hinges, razor spikes and welding equipment. Come see our stainless steel department where we cater for domestic and commercial use. Visit us today at Freeport and Aripita Avenue for your beautification and security needs. Don't wait until it's too late.
Meet the world's first apple cider vinegar gummy, the Goalie Gummy. Apple cider vinegar has many benefits. Strengthens your immune system, helps manage weight, supports healthy digestion, enhances energy, helps your body detoxify, and more. Vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, organic. Finally, a delicious way to get all the benefits of apple cider vinegar.
Goalie, exclusively distributed by Civic Distributors. Available at all leading pharmacies nationwide.
New Eyewear presents its luxury eyewear collection. Come and see some of the biggest brands in the eyewear industry. Versace, Nike, Nine West, Coach, Michael Kors, Ray-Ban and much more. Get great specials and promos every day. Pre-selected frame with special brand purchases. Get digital customized lenses with nano film anti-glare coatings and transition lenses. Situated at 91D Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Call 672-5052 or 390-3196. Conditions apply.
Stop sifting through classified ads. Andrews Property Management provides luxury living at an affordable price. Enjoy an independent lifestyle or make it a home away from home. We have 3 locations to choose from. Call us now at 305-5930.
I.A.N Network is proud to launch Ian Alleyne Security Systems, advanced home security with additional cloud storage. Call us at 469-4522 for a free site visit.
Beat the heat at Kinko Limited Auto AC Parts and Services. Our techs have years of experience keeping you cool and comfortable. Exceptional prices, quality work and outstanding services. Call, WhatsApp or come in today and take advantage of our many specials. Hangers Extreme is back. Now serving lunch and mocktails for dine-in and pickup. Opening hours Monday to Friday 12 noon to 10 p.m. Sundays 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Full menu available. All COVID-19 protocols observed.
Custom
people study too hard. There are people, when the children finish right SCA, there are people, all they could go to a big restaurant. But there are people who have to go home and the mother might fry 2 pieces of chicken and they go sit down and they go eat. I'm going to tell you something, everybody loves their children. And today, I am sad because I know the hurt. I know the hurt. I have seen people hurting. I know your child bright. You know your child bright. No, that had to done. It had to done. It have to done, and today it will finish. This is the last day. Gasby, let me tell you something. Rowley, let me tell you something. All you know when all you set up that committee, remember when cabinet, when this woman said, Gasby said, based on cabinet decision, she said what she said. She said that the ministry stated that the cabinet has given approval for establishment of a committee to further review. Them cabinet already knew what happened in 2020. Now. Let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something now. Let me tell you this. We have to eat them up. We have to shut them down. We have to shut them down and embarrass them and question them on air. Let them know. So cabinet fully aware. You see, cabinet and government come and government go. You know. That's why you see, let me tell you something. All this thing with Andrea Barrett and the man Belcom and all them in police station. Belcom and them was 12 years ago. It had other governments in power. Everybody had a chance. Everybody had the chance. And what everybody did, everybody filled the pocket. Everybody enter upon and leave rich. That's why, watch me, when you reach up there, everybody business fixing. It's only you and I, you and I like some dodo here just following these people and them and taking chain up and yeah. You driving black van? Your family have a good job? And we like slave behind them. That done. We the people have the power. I'll tell you what went on now. There is a case, do you know? Let me hit your bucket now. In 2020, ladies and gentlemen, three persons, Amira Beku, now this document came out from the news there, so we're not posting anything this is taken from a public domain. So this was taken from the newspaper. This is what the newspaper said. Do I have it? Put it up for me, please. Right? Amira Beku, Ajana Dan, and Sushmita Ramsawak. First, second, and third. If we could go up, you can see their names and whatnot. Beautiful. Great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the government, the Ministry of Education, when that result came out sometime in October, the SCA result was released on Thursday, the 8th of October. Ladies and gentlemen, the ministry never waited for the reviews. You understand? They never waited for the query to come out to see what's going on. So they decided to put first, second, and third. They placed Amira Beku, and Jana Dan, and Sushmita Ramsawak. We have no problem with that. Great. But ladies and gentlemen, when they did that, there was somebody who said after the query, well, it's time to query, the queries come up now. When they query it, ladies and gentlemen, this is in no way to this. I am not going to discredit. I am not going to say remove who is one, who is two, who is three. But that is what they did. I'm not going to discredit nobody, children here. 1, 2, and 3, perfect. Beautiful. But when they did a query, they realized that their child was 99%. 99%. And ladies and gentlemen, they started to investigate and contacting anybody in the ministry. It is the hardest thing. But when the ministry realized they made a mistake, because the lady spoke to the chief education officer by the name of Henry David, Miss Henry David. And I would like Henry David to come out and tell me what I am saying is not true. What I am saying is not true. The woman daughter who make 99% and only acknowledge was a mistake. Why the woman daughter couldn't join Ajana Dan? Come on. Even though the woman daughter was placed in a prestigious school, but to boost the daughter confidence. Because let me tell you something, the parents of these 3 girls, they are super happy. And I am happy for them. I am proud. I am proud of them. But there's somebody we left behind. There's a woman daughter that we left behind. And the ministry realized it, that they made a mistake. They went before the queries, and they said first, second, and third. All right, I'm not going to say pull long back nobody. I'm not going to say whatever. First, second, and third, stay right there. But there's a woman daughter who was in the 99% mark, 99%. After that evaluation was done, the ministry realized, Henry David realized, wait now, this girl's supposed to be second. Dolly, this girl's supposed to be second. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? So they come now, and they start with Concordat, and she might be going to tell Rowley, because Mark Boss here, they might be tell Rowley, hey Rowley, you what now? Boy, our situation here, you know. Somebody figure it out. Yeah, what's going on? This first, second, and third thing, yeah, we're going to believe what people. We went and do our own thing, so it has to, you know, it has things questionable now. That is why the release of 2020 SCA top 200 can't come out yet. It can't come out yet because bacchanal, handpick. Your child do good, but your child ain't gone for the first choice and second choice. She gone in the Wele school. He gone in the Wele school. Now, it's not like long time where it's how you apply yourself. But if you're a study partner, not like me, I didn't go presentation college. I didn't go QRC, but I went to the all-inclusive. I went in all the all-inclusive in presentation. So when they see me, they say, "Whoa, all the students here, yeah. This time I is a junior sec boy, you know. I is a caps boy, you know, capital, I'm a junior, senior. You understand? But I don't know shame of that. That is what, well, right. That would have put me. But all of my, because I have friends who went to junior secondary, they are teachers. They are doctors, yeah. They are magistrate. They are lawyers. I think Anand Ram Logan, the senior counsel, the former attorney general, I think he came from a junior sec, I'm not too sure. Somebody was saying, I'm not too sure, correct me, I'll have to ask him that. So it's how you apply yourself as a child. But this situation here, this situation is frightening. Where they're fully aware that a young girl supposed to be in the second, and they made a mistake. And the woman spoke numerous times, there are records, conversations, where the woman said the ministry will give the child justice. Well, today I come out to tell you, Gasby, yeah, what's going on? Come out and tell the nation, if all didn't get a pre-action protocol letter, you have 30 days to come out and say what you plan to do. So all that Concordat, when you come to review what happened in 1960 and plan to have a subcommittee, is to scrap everything and they go say, well, whatever happened last year and thing, we have a new Concordat, we have to review the SCA to the schools, when they write SCA, the transition, so they set a committee in place. That is why they set the committee in place, because they realize the racket has been exposed. Because your child might be in the first 10, but they put you 200. Yeah, that is why. I don't mind. If you tell me, if you write your SCA, and you come and say, here, what's going on? Ministry, I want to read out to see how my child do. How much did he read out? $100 for print and everything. Come on, you mind pay 100 if it's 16,000, you get $160,000. After 6 months, well, here what's going on? All the money split it up and give the first 20 children or 100 children $3,000. 100. The first, 160 students, each one of them get $1,000 or something like that. Let them go and eat up and they'll barbecue or buy pizza and all kind of thing. That is how I will think. That is how I will think. The racket have to stop. So today, ladies and gentlemen, they realize that. And the parent of the child, I'm not calling no names. I have all my documents and I ready for the dance. I go and call him Gerard Ramdin and I go tell him, let Gerard Ramdin jump in the dance. Let Gerard Ramdin jump in the dance and eat them up. Because you cannot tell me, because if that one parent who did a proper investigation and went to the ministry, lawyer letter done sent to the ministry, Gatsby them don't know. That is why they came out with the Concordat. I don't care, let me tell you something. Who want to get a 20%? But that is craziness, you know. Because not everybody can pay money. Not everybody can press a button. It have a poor man child who living in a little village, who don't have no current. They're using an auto, but the little girl bright. The little boy brilliant. But they just can't get a break. It's like telling me the Miss Trinidad and Tobago. If you go in them villages and them like Separia and Arima, Shagonas, Kuvas, but you meet a woman who can give anybody, but when you go up in town, you realize they may pick nobody from these areas. They want to pick the who is who now. But it have girls in these rural areas could get them a run. Get them a run in a two-piece. Just get them a run. But these girls will never get a chance. Because them done pick the people already now. You know, it's that kind of clique. No, it can't be so. And same thing with the SCA. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I am asking, Miss Henry David, could you come out and deny that the woman who know that she daughter supposed to be in the second place, along, ladies and gentlemen, with a Jana Dan, why you are covering it up? Why it has reached where legal action has taken? Why pre-action protocol letter has already been sent? Only had 30 days to respond. So that is why they came with the committee. That is why they came with the committee. So today I ask you, your daughter studying hard, you finding money, all kind of money to go by my friend. I have a friend in Charlie, named Alan. He's give lessons and things, but he's a brilliant fella. He was always bright. He was always a bright fella. Alan is give lessons and things. I know Alan real good. That people is give lessons. It have Nifikir and all of them. And Mark Bean. Who again? That Putas. Some of people that give lessons and what. This boy in Carney Savannah Road. So much people. Everybody, child, once you have the percent, if your percent takes you to a school in town, you go. If your percent takes you to SAGS, St. Augustine High, or Lakshmi Girls, you go. Don't come and tell me about no catchment. That have to done. That have to done. And the reason why they come out with Concordat and the committee set up last week, because they realized a pre-action letter was sent. And you know when the letter was sent? For the whole mark to bus? The letter was sent last week. And last week, that is where they came out now and they said, let's review the Concordat, let's review and that is why they didn't want the board included. That is why when they set up the committee the first time, because they want to do the thing right now. Because remember, everybody just, a few of them, so you know, they go suck up to the minister, and the minister will come committee, a subcommittee with cabinet and whatnot. So you done ranking already, yeah? You done, you know, you have people like that in the point of suit and thing, and the minister there, yeah, so what is your findings? Okay, yes, okay, ma'am, I propose that these amendments with respect to the school and whatnot, but when you start to get a board, you start to bring people from the Presbyterian board, you start to bring people from the Catholic community, you start to bring Vijay, the Sanatan Dharma people and them go ask questions, they go want to know. So what they want to know. So the less people, more corruption, more people, less corruption. So today, ladies and gentlemen, Dolly come out and tell this nation, Dolly come out and tell you, see Dolly, you see you? You see you? Come out and tell me what I saying is not true. You come out and tell me if you didn't get a pre-action protocol letter. Almery David, come out and tell me if we're waiting for the 30 days. If we had to bring in a Gerard Ramdin to go after all you. If that get Om Lala to go after all you. Come out and tell me. come out and tell me, because it is so strange. The committee came out when the pre-action letter was sent since last week. So they know the mark bus, they know the hand caught in the cookie jar, they know the poor man child can't get in the school, but the finances of the party don't go on in. Let me tell you something. Under my watch, every creed and race, whether you be a child from Lavantil, see lots of bright children, you know. Lavantil are bright children, you know. The ghetto are bright children, you know. Yeah? The children who live in the little shack, they're bright too, you know, they're brilliant. We have to bring them out. So guys, we hear what's going on. Come out and deny it now. Go and tell your leader, and just listen to me. You don't blame the crew. You blame the captain. The captain is Rowley. Rowley, so you know what's going on? You better come out tomorrow because you know what's going on. When I come out with documents, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Get in contact with the woman. Tell her, we will put your child second. We will put your child second. We're not going to move Ajana down. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Don't discredit nobody. Whatever mistake or don't move nobody. Leave it just so. But bring the woman child, because here what's going on. The little girl going to a permanent school in South. A permanent school in South, along with Dan. A permanent school in South. You want to come out with the information yet, you know? Rich man child, poor man child, everybody has to be treated equally. There's nothing on this program today that is more important than the rights of the citizens. It have nothing more important in this show today. I don't know who dead, I don't know who living. It have nothing more important than people being treated fairly. So guys, we hear what's going on. Don't let me bust the mark. Don't let me start to post up letters. Don't let me start to post up the lawyer letter. Don't let me start to post up all that now. Madam Henry David, you tell the woman, we got sort out your child. Hear what's going on. You look around out on national television. Don't let me have to post things. That's all I want to know. You take a fast break. I will take calls.
Santana boy, you can pick me up.
Where you?
By Racetrack Wheels. Boy, I went inside and I lose my mind. It's the best in brand name rims and high performance tires for so I make my name. Ha ha ha!
Nestled in the trove of Matura Singh Trace lies the awe-inspiring Serenity Hills Palace, boasting of the most relaxing staycation Trinidad has to offer. This is paradise as it was meant to be. The most romantic rooms, calmest pools, accompanied by our expansive outdoor decks. Stay with a friend or up to 10. We cater for all events. WhatsApp 1917-239-5799 for inquiries and bookings.
Mahalakshmi Astrology Center, top of High Street, San Fernando, presents Pandit Abhinav, expert in solving all your problems: love, marriage, relationships, job, health, finances, spiritual problems, addiction, and anything else. Get rid of all black magic, voodoo, obeah, evil spirits, jealousy, and negativity. Expert in bringing back your loved ones within days. Get permanent solutions for all your problems. Satisfaction guaranteed. Call 391-1133. I repeat, 391-1133.
Save money at Neilpool. Service any unit starting at $175. Comfort Air units for only $2,050. Or get a Lennox unit for only $2,700. Massive sale now on. Call to book your appointment today.
Get store-wide savings at RS Save with us supermarket. Fill your cart with food items, dry goods, household and cleaning supplies, and much more. Our shelves are always fully stocked, located at 141 Union Road, Marabella. Visit us today.
The Wellness Center introduces the Superfricator. It instantly removes skin growths and irregularities like skin tags, age spots, ring flesh, and spots from the face and body. Using non-surgical procedures, the Wellness Center can instantly lift the face, bust, arms, and legs, treat psoriasis and dermatitis, remove puffy dark eye circles, double chin, wrinkles, and even restore bald, thinning hair. Call Mrs. Bagan, a qualified medical esthetician with over 30 years of experience, for a microscopic consultation. Call 673-7418.
Get your hand sanitizers at Crime Watch Studios. Hand sanitizers are vital, ideal for cars, homes, schools, office, and more. Get a gallon for $230, 1.2 liters for $85. Walk-in purchases available. You can find us on Waze or call 225-3250 or our hotline numbers. Your health is your priority.
Organifi Green is the #1 gently dried superfood. Increase mental capacity and reduce stress with ashwagandha, the major ingredient in the superfood blend. Feel relaxed and reduce stress with a solid dose of antioxidants in the alkaline greens blend. Available at pharmacies nationwide or contact Radiant Health and Fitness, the sole distributor for Organifi in TNT today. Organifi Red is the new superfood with 3 proprietary blends. The antioxidant blend fights the effects of aging by reducing cellular damage, boosts your well-being and lower fatigue with the endurance blend, lower inflammation and increase metabolism with the metabolic boosting blend. Available in pharmacies nationwide or contact Radiant Health and Fitness, the sole distributor for Organifi in TNT today.
If you're building or renovating, make RMA Hardware your first, last and only stop. We have all types of blocks for a steady finish. We've got you covered with our plain and painted roofing galvanized sheets, I-beams and CNC purlins. Our BRC can be beaten on price or quality. We have decking sheets, TCL cement and much more, all at affordable prices. So come into our 2 locations, Derrick Road, Chase Village or Eastern Main Road in Aruka. Call us at 665-9526 or 672-8557.
I want Henry David, Madam Henry David, the Chief Education Officer of the Ministry of Education, to come out tomorrow and deny it. Deny that you did not speak with the parent and you told the parent that this matter will be addressed and your daughter, who is supposed to be in second, that first, second, and third, along with Ajana Dan, we will fix it up. Come out and deny it. Come out and deny you all didn't get a pre-action letter from an attorney. Come out and deny it that when you all realize lawyer letter sent out, is then cabinet have set up a committee and put people in place because they acted so they know when the mark bus with the corruption in SCA, they done scrub the Concordat, they come and review the SCA, so they say, all that is already passed. You know why? You see all those things that happen, it wouldn't happen with this new committee now, with the review and the recommendations by the denomination. That's why they didn't want to bring too much of people in the dance. They brought us a little crew, and they will control everybody, bam, bam. They bring some bright minds, people who bright, bam, 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 organize it. But no matter what they say, is that it's similar to the map, the road map. When Corona come out, you know, Roddy bring a crew of people and things. There's a recommendation, but he has the final say. So, the same thing like this. It is no different. It is no different. But today, ladies and gentlemen, and let me tell you something. I don't know about being a Christian, to go in a Christian, because a Christian are getting easy. No. I could be a Christian, I could be a dunce head. You understand? Oh, my father attached to the Hindu community, so I have some kind of ranks to get in. Oh, I have to go to the Presbyterian church every Sunday for the next 100 years. And no. All that have to stop. It must be based on your percent. How you did in your SCA. It must not be based on religion. ethnicity, whether you're Indian, Chinese, or Creole, it must not be based like that. It must be based how much percent. If you have 97%, if you have that is what? It have too much of corruption. Because just so you want your son go to a college or your daughter go to some big time school, the poor man child bright too, but he don't have the money to pay. He don't have the money to pay. He don't have the money to pay. So it makes no sense getting him in the school because he brings nothing to the table. When his school was air conditioned or the wall ceiling fixed, they can't ask him, well, he have air conditioned or me have fan. That is what happens. And that is what has to stop. Under my word, that has to stop. That has to stop. I don't have to watch me. I have to go by the Red House and tell you all this, you know. I think it live on national television, you know. How come all that come with committee? Because remember, you was the man who come out and said, don't ask Stuart Young nothing, remember? You is the man, you in charge of Gasby and them. You remember when you said this?
Very clear here today that unlike the UNC government, the minister does not act on his own. And as head of the cabinet with responsibility for the government, and as the minister chairing the three-man committee, which is Prime Minister's Office, Ministry of Health, and National Security, your motion is misdirected. I take responsibility for what the Ministry of National Security does and what this...
Right, you need to take responsibility what's going on in the Ministry of Education. And today I tell you that take responsibility. I don't care who vexed with me, you know. Let me tell you, if I get to know me, I'm a real fearful. I'm not in a racket thing, you know. I might make my little line, take my little thing and drink up and... You know, but I'm not in a racket. I'm not in a contract and not in my name. I'm not in that. I'm different. I am a fair fella. I like fairness across the board. You see, what some of you won't understand, you know, because you have money in your pocket. You could pay away through. But we're not going to leave the children in the ghetto. The bright one, the intelligent one, who want to come out, who father work in taxi. It have people, parents work taxi day and night. I'm just giving you all a story. No way to discredit my good friend from the Express, Anna Ramdas, one of the best writers. I tell you that in the Express. Brilliant girl, Anna Ramdas. But go back and ask her how her father worked taxi in Grand Bazaar. His name was Garnish. Great guy. He said, drop me home and I didn't have no car. And I remember Anna and them sit down in the car so. And they with their father, he come to buy a little ice cream, and Ganesh was really fighting it. But he fought and he do what he had to do. And he sacrificed, very decent man. He never stole, he never do no underhand thing. Everybody loved Ganesh. And I never knew. When it was only years after I met this girl, and she was so nice, she's a beautiful girl. And we started to talk. Because we were on some scene, and she said, you know who I am? I said, who? She said, I am Ganesh. Daughter. I said, which Garnish? She said, Garnish, the taxi driver. I said, you the little girls to be in Grand Bazaar thing? Sit down in the back seat with your father while he getting passengers, and she said, yes. So you see? Look where Anna is today. Anna is on top of her game. They could say, what about Anna? But you can't touch Anna in the scheme of things. Anna is the head honcho writer. She could write. But her father was a taxi driver who worked hard. And just like you who are watching me right now, you might never Benz in your garage. You might never have a kitchen value 200,000-300,000. You might have a little table with a tablecloth with little thing covered on. And you might not have 2-3 air conditioning. You might not have no big time TV. But your children bright and they want that break. But they cannot be placed in schools based on placement. Because let me tell you something before we go. Let me tell you something. And Kezi, do the research here for me. The placement criteria, ladies and gentlemen, listen here. The placement criteria. Students, do I have it? Put it up. Put it up. Oh my God. Students who are assigned to secondary school based on the establishment placement policy, which comprise 6 criteria: order of merit, school of choice, the gender, principal 20% selection, residence, and multiple booths. What the hell are you telling me? All should matter, whether they be Indian, whether they be African, whether they be Chinese, whether they be living in a jupa, whether rain beating on them, and when the rain fall, they have to put a bucket, and the rain beating on them, and they cover up so, but they're studying and they light a lamp, and whether you're living in a palace, once you write the SCA, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you go with it, wherever you go, it is based on what you wrote in the SCA. All that 20% and favorism, no. All that must stop. That is racket. That is racket. And today the government, the Ministry of Education has been exposed. I ain't talking about nothing again. Once you write, based on your percent, parent, pay a little change, look your printout, look what your child do. I send you lessons and things, but you do nothing here? You get frightened? Okay, well, that ain't nothing. But then you say, but wait now, mama, look what you do. 99%. Look, she gets she first choice. Yeah, it's really based on the 99%. How much parents is go in front of the Ministry of Education and cry? How much of them is bawl, tears in the eye like it's death. Because they know what they sacrifice. They know. Open up the lines to me. That's nothing I want to talk about again. I blow them out of the water today. Out of the water. Rowley, I blow you out of the water today. Come on, what are you saying tomorrow? What are you saying tomorrow? That's what I want to know. I want to know what you're saying tomorrow. Henry David, I want to know what you're saying tomorrow. I want to know. Call the woman tomorrow, you know. Call the woman before 6 o'clock. Rowley, let's sort out this tomorrow, you know. That's all I'm telling you. We go make real bacchanal. Real mayhem. Me I say mash up the place, you know. No. I go expose. I'm just telling you. Open up the lines. Hi, caller.
Hi, good night.
Yeah, good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah.
My daughter's at SDA, and based on that same 20% story, she's the brightest child in that section we sit.
Right.
Make the marks to go bishops and the convents and all these schools.
Yeah.
She didn't go under 20%, and I live in the ghetto, which is Bellevue. They just throw her somewhere. Hold on. Days I walk up and down by the ministry and nothing.
Hey, all you hearing it today? She live in the ghetto, Belmont.
The teachers, the principal,
nothing.
Everybody was surprised when they look at the results and saw where they put this child.
Thank you.
And she's the brightest child in that set. And children who make 60-something and 50-something%, them get the bishops and the convents and everywhere.
Get them it.
Results for today.
Give them it. Talk.
Because where she is going now, the children can't even keep up with her. She's too bright for the class.
Lady, let me tell you something. You see from today? It done. Take what I tell you, it done. And tell your daughter, don't worry, you can't keep a good one down. Tell your daughter, listen to me, she can become president, she can become prime minister, she can become attorney general. Everybody have a chance. Just all the 1% children, they don't come shagonas, you know. School up in town for them. All the big time school, all the big time school, all the boys school and the girls school. Sometimes it's done among them. But oh God, is the percent. The color says all. Boy, under my watch, you could never have that. Rowley, let me tell you something. You do not care about people. You do not care about people's children. You bring your daughter here, everything, thing. She quarantine all about privately. You don't care about other people's children. I don't want nothing from you, no partner. I don't want nothing from you, no. I didn't want a cup of water from you. I'd rather die than to take a cup of water from you. You know why? You're not a good leader. You're not a good prime minister. You're begging India for to get the AstraZeneca. Why don't tell them how you treating the people down here? How you lock down Cora? How you opening a bar for them to drink? Go and tell them now. Go and tell them what you're doing. Go and tell them what you're doing there. Go and go India. Tell them how are treating all your relatives down here, all the bloodline. Next caller.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening.
Yes, these 20% and these school that we take in, the parents just have to pay some sort of support for the schools, and then they will have their child names on on the list.
Should never be like that.
Right, and this nonsense has to stop because the Prime Minister says that he is responsible. Right, we have roads to repair, so which means he's responsible also. But we
fix the school. Thank you. The girl is right from Belmont. If I had a number, miss, you see, looking at me, text me 29440821. The woman from Belmont, because she child from Belmont. Any more breaks? Bellevue, before she child. Real good you child do. Why? That could never be right. That could never be right. And today, we blow them out of the water. Tomorrow I'll do it again. The next day I will do it again. Because you know why? Too much injustice in this country. Too much injustice. Tomorrow I wish I could do back a program like this and just sit down and take calls. You're hearing for yourself. Gatsby, what you going and say? You're like a dolly, you can't talk. You can't talk. Henry David, come out and tell me what lying. Henry David, the Chief Education Officer, come out and tell me, hold on, come out and tell me that I am lying. What's up me on 29440821? Those of you, they're trying all kind of things, but make sure and get your ad on my show. Make sure and get your ad on my show. What's up me on 294, all the numbers to get your ads. Get your ads ready, throw it on the show. All my advertisers, thank you. We'll talk more about you tomorrow. I tell you, the whole world watching. And in front of the whole world, Rowley, I will embarrass you. I will embarrass what you're doing, the people at Trinidad and Tobago, what you're doing, the bar owners, what you're doing, the little children who wrote the SCA and the racket in Ministry of Education. Get your act together, partner. Good night.
Yo, there's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out. There's a